Welcome back to the channel. In this lesson, we'll be finding the inverse of this matrix A. Matrix A says we have 3, 1, 5, and 2. Now the formula for finding the inverse of a 2 by 2 matrix is given as A inverse is equals to 1 all over AD minus BC into D minus B minus C and A. In case you are wondering which is A, which is B and C, I will explain. Now, if you standardly a matrix A, which is a 2 by 2 matrix, is always given as A, B, C, D. Like the name says, is a 2 by 2 matrix. That means I have 2 rows and I also have 2 columns. From this, we know that A is the same thing as 3, B is the same thing as 5. Now we need minus B, so minus B is the same thing as minus 5, and C is the same thing as 1. We also need minus C, so that minus C is the same thing as minus 1, and D finally is the same thing as 2. So we can now substitute each of these values in this equation or in this matrix, so that A inverse will be the same thing as 1 all over AB or AD, that's 3 into 2 minus 5 into 1, that's BC, now into the matrix D here is 2, minus B here is minus 5, minus C here is minus 1, and A finally here is 3. I can close my bracket. So that A inverse automatically will be the same thing as 1 all over 3 times 2 here, that's 6, minus 5 times 1, that's 5, into 2 minus 5 minus 1 and 3. And finally, A inverse will be the same thing as 6 minus 5, that's 1. 1 over 1 obviously is 1, so we can just neglect that. That's here will be 2 minus 1 minus 5 and 3. With this, I hope you understand how I treated the inverse of this 2 by 2 matrix. In case you have gray areas with matrices, I've placed a link in the description below to our comprehensive lessons on matrices. Thank you for staying with us and see you in our next class.